Ancient Egypt is one of the most fascinating ancient civilizations in history, and it is a topic that is regularly covered in history documentaries and history books. But for some reason, ancient Egypt rarely ever gets depicted in historical movies and historical films. But after doing a fair amount of research and a lot of viewing, I have been able to find 5 excellent historical movies based on an ancient Egyptian historical backdrop that I think all viewers of this channel will really enjoy. But before we begin, don't forget, if you love anything to do with historical movies or historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel, History Spark. At number 5, it is Cleopatra, an epic historical drama based off the book The Life and Times of Cleopatra by Carlo Franzia. And this 1963 movie's primary focus is to bring to life the various struggles and obstacles that Cleopatra had to overcome to maintain Egypt's sovereignty from the imperial clutches of Rome. This film is worthy of the high praise it receives even to this day, with Rex Harrison and Richard Burton really shining in their roles as Caesar and Mark Antony. But Elizabeth Taylor gives a lifeless performance as Cleopatra, and she really struggles to bring her complex character to life. However, this film is a great watch even by today's standards, and the storyline is engaging and rapid paced, meaning that the viewers will be thrilled and entertained from beginning to end. And it will give you a brief glimpse into how complex and turbulent the political relationship between Rome and Egypt truly was. At number 4 is the 1998 animated film Prince of Egypt, which is an adaptation of the Book of Exodus, and it follows the life of Moses from being a prince of Egypt to eventually following his destiny and leading the children of Israel out of Egypt. This is a great film to introduce audiences to ancient Egyptian culture and society, and as well as some biblical history as well, as a large part of the film is based on the many miracles performed by Moses and also the different forms that the wrath of God can take. Simultaneously, there's also a parallel story based around the Ramses III, who is the Pharaoh of Egypt, and it depicts his influence on Egyptian culture and society in a very fascinating manner. The Prince of Egypt benefits from a great storyline and interesting characters, and if you're looking for a great animated movie in an ancient Egyptian backdrop that the whole family will enjoy, then The Prince of Egypt is the movie for you. At number 3, it is Pharaoh, a 1966 Polish film based on the novel of the same name by Bolesław Prus. The primary plot of this movie is based around the life of the young pharaoh Ramses XIII and the various political and religious hurdles and intrigues he has to contend with, especially at the hands of the temple priests, who are unwilling to support any changes that will reduce their own power and wealth. This constant power struggle between royalty and religious parties makes for an intriguing film with a fascinating plot. There's also decent battle scenes and lots of plot twists and turns to keep the viewer engaged. The acting in this film is not the greatest though, but it is still serviceable, and the film is still very enjoyable even though it does look quite outdated by today's standards. But the strong storyline and characters in this movie will keep you engrossed from beginning to end, and if you want an engaging and interesting depiction of ancient Egyptian history, then Pharaoh is my recommendation for you. The second spot on this list goes to the 10 Commandments, the epic religious drama which tells the story of Moses and his childhood as an Egyptian prince who eventually learns about his true origins of being a Hebrew and the divine role that God has put him on earth for, which is to free his people and take them to the promised land. This movie benefits from an interesting storyline, amazing acting, especially by Charlton Heston as Moses, and you can really see the passion that Cecil DeMille had for this film and how much effort he went into producing this epic movie. The 10 Commandments though does have a huge runtime, and it is over 3 hours long, but if you can spare the time, you'll find a great biblical adventure here set in ancient Egypt. And the top spot on this list goes to Agora, a historical drama which follows the life of Hypatia, an Alexandrian mathematician, philosopher and astronomer, from her childhood to her eventual death. This film does a fantastic job of highlighting how difficult it was to advance science and the astronomy during this time due to religious constraints and the growing influence of external forces in Alexandria. Rachel Weisz really shines in her role of Hypatia and does a fantastic job of bringing the character to life. The plot is interesting with lots of unexpected twists and turns, making this a great film to easily get engaged with. But there are a few stumbling points here, as the pacing does stumble a bit and the political situation of the times could have been expanded upon a little bit better. But if you're looking for a great film that shows a mix of Roman, Christian and scientific influences on ancient Alexandria, then Agora is my recommendation for you. So lastly, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do like and share this video with others. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, History Spark, as I post videos on historical movies and historical TV shows each and every week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.